Let's talk about seaweed. Nori seaweed is a species of red algae, specifically from the Pyrophia and Porphia genera. Nori seaweed is often roasted, which turns it to a dark green like this, but you can also see bits of red in it, just like right there. The Japanese have been cultivating nori seaweed for over 300 years, and it's not actually naturally folded into sheets, they start off like this. As well as being a complete expert and making a mess on my table, nori seaweed is very high in iodine and also has a high vitamin A, vitamin C, and manganese content, depending on the type of seaweed, of course. Nori seaweed is commonly used in Japanese cuisine, however, its presence is also made known in broths and ramens as well. Today we're going to be making one of those ramens. So what we're going to be making is an instant ramen with spam katsu and also some seaweed on the side to garnish it. Forgot to mention we have eggs here. One is for the hanjuku tamago my sensei was talking about, and the other two are for the batter, which we're going to use for the spam katsu. So the first thing we're going to want to do is we're going to want to put some water on high heat and wait until it comes to a rolling boil, like this. And then after that, we're going to turn it down a little bit so that we can get a simmer to put our eggs inside. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to crack some eggs into a bowl for our spam katsu, and I actually dropped this egg from earlier, so we're just going to use it. And then after about 6 to 7 minutes, then we're going to take the water off the boil and then immediately drop the eggs into an ice bath. After that was all taken care of, I cracked 2 eggs into this bowl, and now we're going to whisk it until it is scrambled. After that was all done, then I went ahead and grabbed 1 cup of all-purpose flour and put that into a bowl right here. And then finally I grabbed my panko and put 1 cup into another bowl. Next up is cutting the spam, and I decided to use our family's spam cutter to cut perfect slices. After that, we're ready to start breading. So first we're going to put the spam not inside of the eggs, but inside of the flour so that it sticks better to the eggs. And then once that's all done and ready, just like so, then we're going to dip them into the scrambled eggs and just make sure it's nice and coated in both the flour and the eggs. Once that's done, then we're finally going to put that into the panko breadcrumbs so that it sticks to all of the different things that we previously put it into. We're going to repeat that process for as many pieces of spam that we're using in our ramen, but for now it's just 3. Once we're done breading all of our spam, then we're going to set a pan onto the stove at medium heat. And this is the mistake I made. You should probably set it to a lower temperature so that it slowly fries over time. But that's why I'm here, so that you learn from my mistakes and that you can make it better than I did if you do make this. But yeah, we're gonna heavily oil our pan so that we can drop the pieces of spam in, and right here we're just testing the temperature to see if it's ready to fry, which it isn't. It's definitely not. So we're gonna put it back and wait a couple more minutes, and then coming back maybe like 5 or 7-ish minutes, then you want to see it fry like you see right here, just like that. That's perfect. And then probably at a lower temperature so that it slowly fries and it doesn't burn as much as it burned mine. But hey, I mean, it's my first time, so don't judge me. You're going to want to fry it until it's a light brown, or however texture that you prefer it to be. I prefer mine to be more crispy, so this is actually perfectly fine by me. After the spam's done frying, then you're going to want to set that aside and then start making your ramen. And for here, every ramen is different, so you're going to want to follow the instructions that are given to you. After the noodles were done cooking, then I took it off the heat and added the broth packet to it. And after that was done, then I added the nori and the spam katsu that I made earlier, as well as the eggs and some Korean seaweed in the middle. And it turned out really nicely, so I hope you enjoyed it.